Modern garden ideas for small spaces that feel larger than they are. I want to tell you something that every small garden owner needs to hear. Your garden is not too small. Your garden is under-designed. There is a massive difference between those two things. And once you understand that difference, genuinely understand it, everything changes. Because the gardens that feel spacious, airy, and expansive are not always the biggest gardens on the street. They are the most intelligently designed ones. And intelligence, unlike square footage, is something you can actually control. I have walked into courtyard gardens barely 4 meters wide that felt like luxury outdoor rooms. And I have stood in large suburban backyards that felt cramped and suffocating. The difference was never the size. It was always the design decisions. Today on Modern Yard Lab, we are giving you the exact modern design ideas that make small gardens feel dramatically, almost impossibly, larger than they actually are. This is the video that changes how you see your space forever. Welcome back to Modern Yard Lab, where we design and build outdoor spaces that perform way beyond their size, their budget, and every expectation anyone had for them. If you are new here, please subscribe right now and hit that notification bell. Because this channel is about to become your most used resource for everything modern garden design. We go deep. We go specific. And we never waste your time. Now, let us talk about small spaces. And let us do it properly. Eliminate every internal boundary here is the first idea, and it is the most counterintuitive thing I am going to say today. If your small garden feels cramped, the first thing most people want to do is organize it. Divide it into zones. Put a raised bed here. A small lawn there. A little seating area in that corner. And they use low borders, small hedges, railway sleeper edges, or decorative gravel lines to define each zone. Stop right now. Stop. Every internal boundary you create in a small garden reduces it. Every division, no matter how small, cuts the available visual space into even smaller pieces. The eye registers each division, and the brain reads the space as multiple tiny areas rather than one resolved area. The single most powerful thing you can do in a small garden is remove every internal boundary and treat the entire floor area as one unified surface. One paving material. One consistent ground plane. No divisions, no zones, no borders breaking the floor into smaller sections. When the ground plane is unbroken and continuous, the eye reads the full extent of the space in one sweep, and the garden feels dramatically larger. The modern execution: use large format porcelain or concrete pavers 600 mm x 600 mm minimum, 900 mm x 600 mm for maximum effect in a single consistent color across the entire floor area. No lawn panels, no gravel zones, no break in the material. One surface. Wall to wall. Has anyone ever told you to zone your small garden? Drop a yes in the comments, because I think this advice is one of the most common and most damaging things small garden owners are told. And I want to know how many of us have fallen for it. Use mirrors and reflective surfaces strategically, idea 2, and this one produces the most dramatic instant result of anything on today's list. A full-height mirror or polished stainless steel panel installed on one wall of a small garden visually doubles the perceived depth of the space. The reflection creates the impression of a garden continuing beyond the wall, and the brain, even when it knows intellectually that it is a mirror, still reads the space as larger than it is. But here is where most people get it wrong. They buy a small decorative garden mirror, 600 mm round, ornamental frame, and hang it like a picture. And they wonder why it does not work. A decorative mirror does not create the illusion of space. A full-height mirror does. The mirror needs to run from near ground level to near ceiling or fence top, and it needs to reflect something worth seeing. Not a wall. Not a fence. The sky. A plant. A beautiful rendered surface. The modern execution: install a 1200 enemy wide by 1800 enemy high sheet of polished stainless steel or a frameless outdoor rated mirror panel against your darkest or most enclosed wall. Position a single bold architectural plant in front of it, a dark-leaved cordyline or a structural formium, so that the mirror reflects both the plant and the sky above it. The plant and its reflection together create a lush, full, deeply layered composition in a space that is actually very shallow. Frame the mirror edges with a thin shadow gap, a 10 ms mirror reveal of black painted wall on each side, so the mirror sits as a considered design element rather than just a hung object. What wall in your garden could take a full-height mirror or reflective panel? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me what direction it faces, because the orientation matters enormously for what the mirror reflects and how the light behaves. Go vertical with everything, idea 3. And this is the idea that unlocks the most design potential in a small garden without using a single additional square meter of floor space. When floor space is limited, go up. Every wall, every fence panel, every vertical surface in a small garden is an untapped design opportunity. And in a well-designed small garden, the vertical plane carries as much or more visual interest as the ground plane. Here is the modern approach to vertical design in small spaces. First, tension stainless steel cable wire systems fixed horizontally to opposite walls at 200 mm spacings create a climbing frame for plants. Trachelospermum jasminoides, star jasmine, grows densely and fragrantly across the cables and transforms a bare fence into a living green wall within 1 to 2 seasons. Dark glossy leaves, white flowers, extraordinary fragrance. This is the vertical feature that makes small gardens feel like secret garden rooms. Second, tall, narrow columnar plants used as vertical accents rather than spreading shrubs. Italian cypress, sky pencil holly, columnar hornbeam. These plants grow tall and thin, adding extraordinary vertical height to the garden composition without consuming floor space. Position them in pairs flanking a doorway or in a row of 3 against a wall for maximum architectural impact. Third, wall-mounted planters in a grid arrangement on one feature wall. A 3x3 grid of identical matte black powder-coated steel wall planters, each planted with the same trailing species, creates a living wall installation that is visually extraordinary and takes 0 floor space. Which of these 3 vertical ideas could you install in your garden this weekend? Drop 1, 2, or 3 in the comments. And if you have already done any of these, tell me which one transformed your space the most. Design with diagonals, idea 4, and this is the design trick used by professional landscape designers in small courtyards all over the world. And almost no DIY garden owner knows it. When you lay paving, decking, or any ground surface parallel to the walls of a small garden, the eye immediately reads the full width of the space in one glance. The boundary is obvious and close. The garden feels small because the eye reaches the edge almost instantly. When you lay the same surface on a diagonal at 45 degrees to the walls, the eye follows the diagonal line and travels further before reaching a boundary. The diagonal is longer than the parallel, and the garden feels wider, deeper, and more generous as a result. This is pure visual psychology. Same space. Completely different perception. The modern execution: lay your large format pavers at 45 degrees to the garden walls. Pair the diagonal paving direction with a diagonal fence or screen line, a core 10 steel screen, or a rendered wall running at an angle across one corner to reinforce the diagonal geometry and break the boxy regularity of the rectangular boundary. The diagonal garden is the design move that makes every landscape architect stop and nod. Because it works every single time, in every small space, without exception. If you had to rotate your paving direction 45 degrees right now, what would be the biggest challenge? Tell me in the comments. because I want to make a dedicated tutorial on diagonal paving installation if enough people here want it. Drop diagonal in the comments if you want that video. The modern floating garden raised beds that hover idea 5, and this is the most modern, most visually extraordinary idea on today's entire list. The one that is going to make you stop and think, why has nobody told me about this before? A floating raised garden bed. Not a traditional raised bed sitting heavily on the ground with visible timber sides and exposed soil. A floating raised bed, a sleek rendered concrete or dark powder-coated steel planter box that appears to hover above the ground surface on a concealed steel base frame with a 50 to 100 mm shadow gap between the base of the planter and the paving surface below. That shadow gap changes everything. When a built element floats above the ground rather than sitting on it, the ground plane reads as continuous beneath it. The eye passes under the floating element and sees the unbroken floor surface continuing. The garden feels larger because the floor has not been interrupted, it simply passes beneath a hovering object. Position 2 floating raised beds of different lengths along one side wall, one 1200 mm long, one 900 mm long, both at 600 mm height. Plant each with a single bold species, dark agave in the larger, trailing ripsalis in the smaller. Install a warm LED strip light inside the shadow gap beneath each planter so that at night the planters glow above an amber halo of light and appear to float even more dramatically. This is the modern garden detail that makes every visitor walk up and look underneath because they genuinely cannot understand how it is supported. That curiosity, that wonder, that is what great design does. Would you try a floating raised bed in your garden? Drop yes or no in the comments and tell me what you would plant in it. Because plant selection for this feature is something I want to do a dedicated video on, and your answers will shape exactly what that video covers. Light it like a stage, not a street, and idea 6, the final idea today, and the one that operates after dark and transforms the small garden experience completely. Small gardens feel even smaller at night when poorly lit. The boundaries become visible, the dark fence at the edge, the wall at the back, and the space contracts around you. Bad lighting in a small garden advertises its limits. Great lighting in a small garden dissolves those limits. Here is the exact lighting approach for small spaces. Uplight the tallest vertical element in the garden, your columnar plant, your mirror panel, your rendered feature wall from ground level. The upward light draws the eye upward and the perception of height increases. Tall feels taller. The sky feels closer. The boundary feels further. Line every paving edge and every step face with warm 2700K LED recessed, strip the ground glows, and the floor plane expands visually in the warm amber light. And install one warm overhead source, a simple black pendant or a warm LED strip above the timber batten ceiling that pools light downward onto the seating area and creates a sense of intimate enclosure within the larger garden. 3 light sources, uplight, ground strip, overhead, that is the complete small garden lighting formula. And when all 3 work together, the small garden at night does not feel small. It feels like a curated, designed, intimate outdoor room that you chose to be in, rather than a small space you are making do with. And that is the whole point. 6 ideas, every single one of them achievable in a small garden this weekend. Remove the internal boundaries, one continuous ground plane. Use full-height mirrors and reflective panels, double the perceived depth. Go vertical with cables, columnar plants, and wall-mounted planters. Lay everything on a diagonal. The longest line in your garden is the most powerful. Install floating raised beds with LED shadow gaps that hover above the floor. Light it like a stage uplight. Ground strip, overhead source, always warm, always 2700K. Small space, big design intelligence. That is the modern yard lab formula. Here is what I want you to do right now. Choose the one idea from today that would make the biggest difference in your specific garden. Drop that idea number in the comments and tell me one sentence about your space, its size, its current state, and the single biggest frustration you have with it. I will personally respond to every comment this week because I want to help every single person watching this turn their small garden into the space it deserves to be. If today's video gave you a new way of seeing your outdoor space, please share it. One share. One person who needs this. That is how Modern Yard Lab grows, and that is how we help more people build gardens they are genuinely proud of. Subscribe if you are not already. Hit the bell, because what is coming next on this channel is going to go even deeper into small space modern design, and the next video is one of the best things we have ever made. Your garden is not too small. It never was. Now go design something extraordinary. I will see you in the next one.